I'm sure by now all of you have seen the crazy Will Smith slap, and I'm here to say that he did the right thing afterwards, which was apologizing profusely and actually giving an apology that actually came across as sincere, as if he actually understood what he did wrong and was actually sorry. We're going to break it all down to you. What can we as young men learn from Will Smith's apology, and how can we apply it to our own lives? And so, one of the biggest pet peeves I'm sure you might have with rich, powerful celebrities doing things that they shouldn't do is that sometimes, if it's not really the worst thing you could possibly do, a lot of times you either don't get an apology because they don't care, their money insulates them from all of the consequences, and you just don't get the apology, or two, you get an apology, but it's BS. It's along the lines of something like, I understand that I have achieved what everyone else wants to achieve. I am rich, famous, and powerful, and I understand that I am incredibly powerful and have so much influence, and I vow to be more responsible with my amazingness. That's basically what their apology ends up being, and that's not how you apologize, guys. That's not how you apologize. And so, and I understand a lot of people want to cancel him completely. I don't think what he did was cancelable. Well, he was canceled. He lost. He's out of the academy for 10 years. I think the punishment fits the crime, but we're not necessarily here to talk about that. We'll talk about another video on how to actually cancel culture. I'll do that later. But what happens when you do something wrong? There are consequences, right? You have a couple options. Either you can be an idiot and continue to be completely ignorant about the fact that you've done something wrong and go about your life, and that'll probably come back to bite you later. Or you can realize that you've done something wrong, people don't like you, and then you have a choice. Do you apologize, or do you shift the blame? Like, do you play the blame game? Is it always so and so, or so and so did maybe do this, or so and so did that? Some people are trying to make the excuse for Will Smith that it's actually Jada's fault. It's his wife's fault. She did this. No. It's Will Smith's fault. Jada didn't walk up there and smack Chris Rock. Will Smith did. He chose to. Because, sure, maybe there are things going on in the background. I don't know. I'm not there. I can't judge. I don't really say. I don't like to commit the mind reading fallacy to think that I know what's going on in people's heads, because let's be honest, you don't. And so we don't even know if this apology was sincere, but it appears sincere. So let's operate as if he's actually being truthful. And so you can continue playing the blame game, but what happens when you do that in life is that people see it. People will distance themselves from you. People that are important for you. It's important for us to be able to tell the community that we're in that we're trustworthy and that we can be held accountable, and we will accept the accountability that the community is offering to us. I swear, I will distance myself from someone if I see over and over and over again that this person screws up and doesn't care and blames literally everything else on the entire planet except themselves. I am not getting near that person. They are not getting in my inner circle. I am not letting them super close to my life, and they are definitely not getting my money. I will not be loaning them anything. And so when I see that, it creates that barrier of distrust, and that's not good for you, especially the more and more you go on in life. Like, things are going to happen. You're going to need your community. You're going to need people that you can trust and people that trust you and are willing to step in and help you out when you need it. You're going to need that. So you got to have a long-term play here. You got to think about the rest of your life. If you develop a habit and create a reputation for constantly shirking your responsibility and shirking accountability, that's not going to bode well for you later on, whether it's for promotions or potential partners in life. A wise person is looking at that constantly, and I guarantee you, I ain't dating nobody who constantly just blames everybody else, accepts no responsibility. That's not going to be good for you. It may feel good in the beginning because you may have been able to sustain some of your pride. You may have been able to make yourself feel good, and you might have been able to avoid some of the negative consequences of your mistake. But all of these things, they compound over time. And, I'm sure you may have seen some people in life, they're like frantically juggling all of their lives and everything behind the scenes because they've been constantly putting off their responsibility, and now it's coming back to bite them. Instead of facing it, they continue to put off the responsibility, and they're a complete wreck, and chaos follows them everywhere they go. and they're just running around like with basically their heads on fire, metaphorically speaking. But the other option is to take accountability and take responsibility. And the first thing that happens with that is that you retain a little bit of dignity and a little bit of respect. I kid you not, my respect for Will Smith went down when I saw him slap one of my favorite comedians, obviously. But my respect also went up a little bit when I read his apology and realized that it wasn't a self aggrandizing BS, blame everybody else celebrity apology. It actually came across as really sincere. And I appreciated that. So my respect for him went up a little bit, and a little bit from where it had already fallen. It's still in the negative, but that's how it is when you mess up on live television. And so, in doing that, people will be able to see that you're actually someone who's able to be trusted, someone who's able to be truthful and honest, and they'll respect you, and they're more likely to be there for you when you need it. And a lot of times, a good, simple, I'm sorry, I messed up, it's my mistake, I will fix it. A lot of times that just solves the whole problem, because then people are willing to work with you on it, and you fix the problem together, and then there's forgiveness, and then you can move forward, and you don't have all of these problems consistently following you around everywhere you go. You might actually get a little bit of peace in life. You accept the blame, you accept the accountability, the painful accountability, painful responsibility initially, and then apologize, and those who are willing to forgive you and work with you to make things better, your life will actually end up being a lot more peaceful and better as you are able to say that your story and just be a better person. Now, some of you might be thinking, no, it's my environment. Some people are just in the wrong environment, and it's not their fault. It's the environment's fault. It's the environment's reason why I am doing all of these things. And to you guys, I would say, watch this video right here to learn how your actions and your environment are intertwined and what you can do to learn about that and use it to make sure that you have a better life overall. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys right over there. Have a great day.